I see it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, thank you. And excuse me for that. I will say that every website, web link, or any other stuff together with the presentation will be shared afterwards, so you can download and enjoy the presentation. This is the landing page of h5p.org, the creators of H5P. We can discuss later about the possibilities and some other things about this site. H5P is free, but everything is free. It's not that free. We have some limitations. Good side of H5P, we have short learning curve. We have easy to use templates, and we have plenty examples. And of course, tutorials that is on the landing page, which we'll discuss later that. And we have demos of that. Now we can show you how we can make and what we can make. We can make almost everything. I teach mathematics to K-12 students, and I may say that H5P can be used starting from pre-K up till K-12. But if we can use H5P and with the older students, but with some problems, because teaching mathematics is not so easy, depends on the content, but we can find some content, we shall speak later about that, how to use in later stages of education. Almost everything. And what is that? Almost everything. This is the landing page of h5p.org, where we have some kind of what they call content types. We can discuss later about that. And H5P uses offers selection of H5P content. There are over the 50 content types to choose from. But as you always know, mathematics is not so easy. To use a math notation, one of the biggest problems in teaching mathematics is found in H5P math display library. But that is not so easy, and we cannot do that alone. But there is a roundabout way how to do that and how to make that. How to find H5P. First, you go to the first page, landing page of H5P. There, I will back for a short, and then you will see how to create interactive content. This is the one way. I'm going throughout the slides, so later, practically to show you how to create some types of content. Another way of creating the H5P is using the Lumi. That is on the webpage next.lumi.education, where you can install the exe file on your PC or Linux or Mac computer, and you can use it locally in your computer. If you use Windows 10 or 11 or Windows 7, you can go to Microsoft Store and download the Lumi and install on your PC. This is how it looks like when you install Lumi on your desktop. You will be welcome with two screens, H5P editor and Lumi Analytics. We will discuss both of them. And on this slide is shown math display, and I will show you how you can find and download. The links of how to find them will be shared with you. Without this math display library, equation won't appear. We can do, we cannot write excellent math equation that we love to have. And how we can do that? This is the screenshot from our national LMS, because from last year, our state, North Macedonia, is introducing the national platform for distance learning because the COVID-19 situation. And I think that this national platform for distance learning is one of the biggest in the world. It's Moodle-based and is intended to be used by all students and all teachers from first grade up till fourth grade in the secondary schools. That is almost 400,000 users. That is almost double the number of users that Linz, or 100,000 more than Open University in UK. And that is the problem by itself. This is the landing page, and this is, as you can see, is content bank, where we can try to use, I will show you how we can create interactive content. And if we have created externally, we can upload there. And now it's time for examples. This is the picture from H5P, the landing page, where there are examples and downloads. I will show practically how to do that and how we can use those. There are more than 50 content types to choose from. This is one site I will share later, on campus resources, where you can find plenty of resources. That is the QR code. Somebody will try to scan that code, and that will leave you right to that site. There isn't any registrations there, and are plenty of resources there. This is the Zoom, apps zoom.de. This is the German site, but I translated to my native language because I don't speak German. And I will show that later, how we can host our H5P content there. This is all apps or H5P content that is hosted on Zoom. This is how we can manage to create them. And before we do the practical way, I will say something about the analytics. Because I'm a teacher, I usually like my students to collect the results of students, especially my teaching to be better. I must say that using the H5P is best if we use formatively to assess the knowledge and to prepare us for the next teaching. Why this analytics is so good? If you use the LMS like Moodle, for example, you know that everything that is posted there has left a trace of what the students do. But if you use the Lumi, there is a possibility to use the analytics. Even if the students don't use the internet, because if you make an interactive content using the Lumi on desktop or Mac or whatever, you can create or export it, the HTML file, and give them to the students. Then students, if they receive that file and open it, they don't need the internet connection to send you back the results. They can finish the activity and then save the results and then send you back only the results. When they send you, that looks like this. This is what every student do on some kind of activities. This is the Lumi Analytics. Everyone that works with Moodle or any other LMS knows how is do that. And now finally, because we are OER here, we are speaking about sharing content and reusing the content. H5P is made for that. Three strengths of H5P are create, share, and reuse and modify. Creating, as I said, is very easy. You need to memorize some pathway of doing that. Sharing is very, very easy. If someone shares, you may use freely because the H5P is free software. And you can easily modify whenever content you find on the internet. And why? Because that H5P is gaining its popularity over the teachers and on the internet. Now I will share some examples of, for example, how to prepare this. I will end up with these several slides, my presentation, and we'll try to make more practical. This is how it looks like to create an flashcard content type activity. You can see on the picture, on the slide, there is a name of the activity. We put a title and description and those are 1 to 10 are activities. And every activity has some type of block, and I will show you how to create. It's very easy, it's very intuitive. There are several clicks, but it's have a learning curve, but not that steep. So anyone can create and interactive content quite easy. For example, if you like to create arithmetic quiz for K2 or K3, or even in K5, you can do it in 30 seconds for 30 questions in different order. I will try to show next that. This is how to export that I show you earlier. Exporting the file. After you save the file or create in Lumi, you go to File and choose the Export. And this is the export setting window, where we can have all-in-one HTML file, all-in-one HTML file, and several media files and SCORM package. Everyone who uses the Moodle or any other LMS knows the SCORM package can bring the data for the students. But for my purpose, I always use the first options and always include the reporter to have the analytics later with the students. I only need to click export now, and students only need to have not the original file, but the HTML file that I created. As I said, there's some resources and that I will be sharing with you next. Before I start some practical application of this, please, anyone, if has some question, please ask them before I start the practical application of this. I will first.
Yeah, I have, pardon me, I have one question or one suggestion. So at least I am pretty versed in H5P, so I have created stuff before, and I'm very interested in the practical examples of how you use it. So I know about the others, so I know how to create stuff. If the others don't, feel free to show it, but I'm really interested in how you use it, like examples of what content you use, what you've created, what students see. That's what I'm interested in. But that's just me. So if others want to see how H5P content is created, please do.
Okay, I'm here to show, because I rushed the presentation, we can all read later. Now I will try to show practical ways how we can do that. Because I'm a mathematician and I like to be a practical. Give me the example to work on that. First, I will show that this is the working LMS with some content on it. And now I will demonstrate first. Let me show I have several windows open because we have some platforms and I must share this. I will share this with my colleagues. Greetings to my dearest colleague that we work together in creating this SharePoint resource where we can put all our created examples by two of us, and they are not all. We have plenty more, but we agreed to collect them here. This is hosted on our SharePoint school website on a national platform that we're talking about. First, let's start to talk about the limitation. This is every LMS is not the same. This is our school LMS, national platform for distance learning. And to create the content here, you must go to Content Bank. And then here, as you can see, I choose the empty course. To add the content, simply go to Add and choose the content type you like. I will choose for demo arithmetic quiz that I talk about. And you can see that now the content type opens. This is the similar content for every other content types. There are 50 or more. I will expand this window. I will start with the title. For example, equations. I will try simple equations, quiz type, arithmetic operation quiz. I will choose a linear equation. I will choose type, let's say advanced, enable factoring, and I will choose number of equations. I will choose 20. You don't need to do anything else. Please proceed to save. And we click the save. And now the quiz is ready to be shown to the students. And let's start testing it. How much? 35, 40 seconds to prepare. Let's start the quiz. This is the interactive quiz that I made. This is the equation with unknown on both sides, and I don't know, I don't solve them. And I will try to click it to find the solution. Third one. And we could go into both questions. Students have results and time on the right-hand side, and I will close it. If you like, we can edit. This is an easy way to use the content, but to create this interactive content, the teacher must have the LMS. But what if he doesn't have? If he doesn't have, as I said previously on my presentation, there is a Lumi, which we can download in lumi.education. That will be linked in the presentation. Now we have two parts. We can use the H5P editor. We can just start here, and we can open existing or create new one. Or I will open to see this one that is in my native language. I will try to open. This is some presentation made for my school. We shall wait for presentation to be loaded. And this is presentation made for usage of inclusive language. That is, the use is course presentation. This is practically the PowerPoint presentation made in H5P without any interactive element. And I will show you how we can embed interactive elements. This is the slides. You can see there are 1 to 7. All slides are down. And if you like, you can click the first one, add new slide, and we can create the new one. For example, I will click here. And we will try to add whatever you like. Let's try to add some text. We will use the text here. We put the comments, and if you like, we can use background opacity. But if you're starting using for the first time, it's better to not do the additional stuff, only the ones that you want. Then, if you are not satisfied for what you are seeing, you can always change it back later. There is here a button view, so you can view what you are creating here. Because I'm here, I will try to show you how to write mathematics. For writing mathematics, math equations, I use MathType. And without MathType, it's rarely, you may know the LaTeX programming language, or to writing beautiful math equations in that. But many teachers, as me included, know something, but that is something new that we need to learn. This is much easier to create in what you WYSIWYG some kind of editor. But first, you may go to preferences and use copy and paste equation and change the Windows overlay graphics to text, the first option, and we click OK. I will try to write something, some kind of equation. And I will try to paste it here. I will copy the equation and I will go to paste here. And as you can see, the equation is transformed in a way that the Lumi understands. But I cannot see if you can Let's try to zoom if I have. No, I cannot. There are brackets at the end. I will show that those are closed brackets on the test on your keyboard. And now let's see what I made here. I will go to slide 8, and this is the equation that I create. If I like to edit, only change the brackets with open brackets, not the curl, to the curl brackets, sorry, here, and try to see what made different. Now the equation is some kind different from the previous one, because on the first example, the equation was in the middle. Now it's not. This is very easy way to put whatever equation you like, but I must change, said that to use the equation, you must use H5P libraries. Those are in the settings here in H5P libraries. On a description after this presentation, or on some in the presentation, there is a link for this library, so you can download if you like to try. And now I think the H5P math library is somehow down. Math display. This is 1.0.7 version of this library. Without this library, math equations won't work. I will show in quick a minute how it looks like. When we are here in general, I will close that and I will go to edit. Now I will show you how this is done, and we click get done. Now we are back in our main window where we create everything. Now we have a window that we can share, shrink, make it bigger. We can copy, make a duplicate of that, and this is copy and make another one. So you can try to click the pencil and try to edit and make the new one. I will make the brackets curly and I will change only the numbers coefficient of the equation. For example, I will make a new one. Make done. Now we have, look, first one is left adjacent. Now it's a middle one. If you like, you can make easy third one. Copy and paste, and voila, there is a third one. Creation is very easy. Those we have settings, we can plenty more to do here. Enable print button, social setting, where we can share that. There are plenty of more, but stick with the default ones and you not be wrong with that. This is how to create the content, but how to make interactive content. I will find the place where there is a little text now here. This is some kind of definition of inclusive language. Now I will try to, after students reading the passage of text here, I will try to check if they understand what they do. I will use here at the top, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3 dots, even more activities to choose. I will try to use, for example, multiple choice. This is multiple choice. I will choose demo 1 and add a question. What is inclusive language? And now I will try to make the options for students. Sorry for spelling. This is not correct. We have tips and feedback. Tip text, help. This is the text that will appear. You will see where to the right-hand side of this option, the language. That is a message if the answer is selected, message displayed if the answer is not selected. We have next question. I will try wordings, and I will try to add some good language. Oh, sorry. I will take this, and we can add whatever you like here. And finally, you can do enriching grading here if you like. You can take, for example, 33% and do what is F, for example. Then we do 50, for example. We do 68, and then 85, and finally 90. And if you like, we can distribute evenly. Now, we must confirm that, and every grade is distributed equally. When we are finished, we don't leave comments, we click done. And now, this is the activity. This is the tooltip that I use for some of the answers. Now, when we preview this activity, look for this dot here. That is the slide where we have put some interactive content. And after that, students, when they came to this slide, students will need to answer this question, for example, and check the answer. Answer is good. As you can see, this spacing is not so good, and we will try to make it bigger. But this is not appropriate place for this because the slide is crowded with the text, but this is only for demonstration purposes. And when we are finished with that, with this presentation, we go File, and we go Save as. I will do Save to make a copy of this one. Now I will try to export that and choose the first one. I will include the reporter and click Export Now. I will use my desktop for exporting. And now the presentation is exported to my desktop and ready to be uploaded to whatever LMS we're using. But when it comes to uploading, you must be aware of the time. I will speak only for 2-3 minutes. When you come to uploading this, I must take into consideration these two things. This is some LMS, Learning Management System, and when on some title topic in a empty course, I will try to add resource or activity. Remember, look this carefully. We have a blue H5P and we have black one. The blue one is the H5P interactive content that came from 3.A, I think so, natively in Moodle installations. But the black one came after you install the H5P plugin in your LMS. Differences are quite obvious. I will try to show you what is the difference here. I will try to use the content that comes with the plugin from H5P. This is the editor we can try to use here, and we can content. The good thing is this one. This the middle one, get share content, is not there if you use the core integration of H5P to the LMS. For example, let's first upload this, the file that I created here. That was on the desktop. All files, I will upload. This is not H5P, sorry. I cannot upload. I must find the whatever H5P is about. Now I will scroll down and find some H5P. files that I find, I will post it here. And I will use that and upload it as file to my H5P, to my Moodle. And this is what I uploaded. Save and return to course. And now I must refresh because there isn't there. I will open and have this file that I've created to see how it's look like. And this is the interactive book about the indexes. And this is what I made. This is the some slide with fill-in-blanks activities. There are 3 questions and 3 interactive elements. Look at left-hand side. We have reuse or embed. If I use this button, reuse, I can make a copy of this and share to my colleague. Or if I click embed, I can take the embed code and use it whenever I like that. Now let's go back and show you. Not there. I will try to use here and to try to add the content, but the content, we have 5 minutes more from anybody else in the world. For example, I will use math and search for math content anywhere in pyramid of learning. I can preview it to see what it looks like, but I can get the content right into my LMS and then reuse it. Everything that we find here, we can reuse it. Change the language, add the interactivity or replace the activity. Let me see where is, and this is the activity that I downloaded. We have more time to talk, but I will leave if you like to ask something about that. We can talk more about this. Please, if you have, the floor is yours. Try to stop here. If somebody wants to ask something, please.
Yeah, if possible, I would like to see some real world examples on how you use H5P in a mathematics context. That would be great.
Okay, everything that I show was the examples of.
Yeah, and maybe you have this large repository of files. So maybe just show 2 or 3 and just tell us a little bit about how you use them in your
how we use in the math. I said in the beginning, I mainly use to introduce the new content and to do the formative assessment. Okay,
just maybe I'm asking wrong, but I just want to see some of those
yeah.
examples. So.
Yeah. Open now. Okay, never mind. Okay, I will find that. I will H5P. This is first one that I showed you previously in the Moodle. This is the interactive book on indexes.
Perfect.
This is the book from consists of 3 pages. I will try to read. As you can see, the book is not finished. This is starting the chapter of indexes. I introduced the concept here. This is in my language. What is the base? What is the exponent? What is the index written as a multiplication of 2's in this example? And this is the value of the index. Those are some kind of properties. And then after we discuss this, or we use the flip approach, students must answer those questions to see if they understand what is here. For example, in this question, I will try to translate this. In the in the 3 to the power of 2, base is what and power is what? Students must write 3 or 2. And then 2 to the power of 5 written as a product is, for example, we write a product with, right, I will make intentional, and the value of 4 to the power of 3, I will trade 12, for example, to be wrong. Students will check themselves and immediately know what is wrong and what is not. Here, students see and tip what is supposed to be the answer. And here, what I read to the students as a help of the task that is wrong. We can show the solutions to the students, or the students can retry to do the same thing. Let's go to another page here, where students can have the task where 4 times 4 times 4 written as an index is some of this. For example, the answer is 64, but it's not like a right way to write that. And this is the solution. I will show the solutions. The first one is correct. Students can retry this. And then we can do the last. This is the summative summary of the slides that is created here. This is the one that it's not finished, but it's introductory only with the definitions, or this is intention to be used in the beginning of the class, or at the end to check the understanding, or in the flip approach. I will try to open other, for example, this is hotspot, content type. This is from my, okay, this is our warning. We have several minutes and I will.
So maybe I have a question that you might be able to answer without showing something. So is there something for mathematics teaching that you're really missing in H5P? So if you had a wish, maybe, what would you wish for?
I'm teaching, as I said, K-12. And I'm missing the part for more complex situation. And I'm missing the part where students can demonstrate the mastery. Because here, the students will click to show you the results if they found, for example, equation that I created, but not the way they do that. And because this situation is very frustrating for us teachers, we can use the videos. We can use plenty of videos to show that. But I think that this H5P is good and perfect for introductory text, for flipped classroom approach, and for formative assessment. I will not use it as summative assessment because I cannot assess summatively what the students know, but I can steer my teaching using this tool because I can create easy whatever I like. And from those more than 50 types, everyone can find something to choose from. I was using for 3 years and I'm using only 7 or 10 content types, and there are 50 of those to choose from. And if I were asked to choose something to add, I will try to add some kind of algebra operation system, like in GeoGebra or Desmos, that is missing here. But there are different tools and different purpose.
Yeah, that's true.
And I love it. I can easily create interactive content and easily share, and I can easily reuse the ones that I created. For the next class, the class that are much better than previous one, the students that much better in doing the math than others, and it's adjustable, very easy.
Thank you.
If we have something to add. I will stop recording now.